Okay, y'all. So here is part two to how I became a 52-year-old first time mom. So now let's recap in part one. So in part one, I told you guys that we interviewed two surrogates, but neither one of them was a match. Also, we did a second egg retrieval. So after with that second egg retrieval, we were successful in getting embryos. So at this point, we have buns and no oven to cook them in. So let's go ahead and dig into part two because if you thought part one was a roller coaster, part two, the ride stops and at the top, and you're hanging in the air like, hello, is anybody gonna come get me? So now our next move was to hire an attorney who specializes in surrogacy. Yes, they do have those. So because if you think you can just shake your hands, say thank you, ma'am, and hand someone an embryo, baby, no. Surrogacy contracts are more detailed than the Apple terms and conditions. They ask everything. They want to know, are you okay with multiples? Are you okay with selective reduction? What happens if you get sick? What happens if she gets sick? Do you want updates weekly, daily, only when something kicks? Yeah, all that, all that. It's like building a whole relationship with a complete stranger, except this stranger might end up carrying your child. So now we filled out all of our profile, all of our questionnaire with the attorney, and the attorney sends over a new profile. And we're so excited, hopeful, ready to dig in. Now, this woman checked a lot of boxes. We're reading her application like we're reviewing a resume for CEO of our uterus. Then we get to the part that said, currently taking medication for mental health. Now, y'all, let me be very clear. We do not judge that. Mental health is real, it's important, and people take medication every day to stay balanced. But for us, for this major life decision, we just didn't feel comfortable adding additional layers of complexity. So sadly, that had to be another no. So now we're down three surrogates, and that's how we ended up back at square one again. And now we're in the middle of July, or we're in the middle of 2017, and we decide, you know what, let's take a break, go visit family. So we decide to fly to Nigeria. Now, let me tell you, Nigeria will humble you and surprise you all in the same breath. So one day we're running errands. Mind you, we're in Nigeria. My husband leaves me in the car while he runs into the store. I'm sitting there just minding my business when the radio starts playing this interview. And I hear these people talking about fertility clinics, but not just any clinic, one that was founded by a husband and wife doctor team. They're talking IVF, surrogacy, donor eggs, donor sperm, everything. I'm in the front seat like, wait, y'all do all this over here? Since when? I had no idea that fertility treatment was even a thing in Nigeria. So, of course, my eyes got big, my ears perked up, and by the time my husband gets back to the car, I'm like, babe, listen, hear me out. What if we use a surrogate in Nigeria? Now, he didn't even let me finish the sentence, y'all. He shut that down so fast, my feelings almost flew out the window because this is Nigeria, and if y'all know, y'all know. He's like, absolutely not. Nope, not doing it. There is no way, and I'm doing something this serious. There's no way I'm doing something this serious in Nigeria. And y'all, just like that idea was dead on arrival. So now when we get back to the US, we were right back to searching and searching and searching. And when I say we were searching, y'all, we were in the daylight searching with a flashlight, okay? The surrogates were either way out of our price range or they weren't really serious. They would start calling and then we wouldn't hear from them again. Now, listen, surrogacy is not easy and it is not cheap, and rightfully so. You're asking someone to basically give up their whole body and their lifestyle for at least a year to carry, protect, and deliver the one thing you've been dreaming about. So, yes, when you see those surrogacy numbers, your soul might leave your body for a quick second, but the truth is the compensation is absolutely earned. We fully respected that. So now we're in 2018, still looking, still hopeful, still no surrogate. And at this point, the silence was loud. Like, hello, can anybody hear us? We're still here, needing a uterus. So now at this point, our attorney suggested that we start expanding our search to other states. But that, of course, brought its own issues because every state has different laws about surrogacy. Some states are like, yeah, welcome. And others are like, oh, absolutely not, not here, try again. So we had to be strategic. Then comes 2019 and COVID walks in like, put everything down, everybody go sit in a timeout. So our whole process got paused once again. Okay? You guys are going to have to come back for part 3. I don't want to overload your attention spans.